You just drop in and just smack the lip. Whoop-ah! Drop down, snap. Ah!
Just before we get started, to celebrate the release of Celebrations on PTCGO, I will be giving away 3 full art copies of Professor's Research Professor Oak to 3 lucky viewers. All you need to do is like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below, Oak's my bloke, for a chance to win. I'll be picking 1 comment from each of my 3 videos this week to be a winner. Find out if you've won on Monday, I guess. I don't know. How do giveaways work? So as you've seen from our title of the video this week, we are taking a look at a bunch of different Celebrations cards, and Surfing Pikachu, I think, is probably one of the best that is floating around. Do you get it? Floating because of the surfboard. Anyway, Surfing Pikachu VMAX has 310 HP, which is a little low for a VMAX, but its attack is pretty solid. For 3 water energy, it deals 160 damage with Max Surfer, and can deal 30 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So not only are you half hitting almost every VMAX in the game, but you're also putting a lot of pressure on benched Pokemon as well. When we combine that with cards like Telescopic Sight, which adds extra damage to our bench snipe, we are capable of potentially 3-hitting Crobat Vs that are locked on the bench. Plus, we are going to put a ton of pressure onto opposing Pokemon VMAX, which is fantastic. We can utilize Quick Shooting Inteleon to get some extra damage on there as well, and we can also skew the prize trade a little bit with a couple of copies of Suicune V, also a really, really good attacker. You can Melony and attach to this in 1 turn and attack without having anything in play. Ultimately, the list is pretty solid. It's not going to win you every game, but it's certainly going to be a bit of fun, and I'll tell you what, if I can play Surfing Pikachu on the ladder and win some games, then I'll be happy. Alright, let's see if we can get ourselves a game with this thing. We've got a Suicune in the active, which is pretty solid, and we are playing up against Dragapult VMAX, which is probably one of the best decks in the format at the moment. Good thing is that we will be half-hitting our opponent's Dragapults if we can get ourselves set up. Let's fleet-footed here. We'll see if we can't draw into something useful. A level ball is acceptable. It's not great, but it's not bad. We'll just attach to Suicune, and then probably just pass. There's not a lot more that we can realistically do. Would have loved to have seen a quick ball there to be able to get an attack off on a Dragapult, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. As long as we get an attack next turn, we should be fine. Now, something that is worth noting, if you are playing against lots of Dragapults, you should consider the 70 HP Sobbles. I've got 2 of them on the bench. It means that they're not quite as easy for Dragapult to knock out, especially in the early turns. If they did have like a Zigzagoon here, they could take a prize on one of my Sobbles, but because I have 70 HP, they can't. So definitely worth considering if you have the chance. Our opponent is grabbing a Drizzile of their own, obviously the Inteleon engine, very popular at the moment, and they're going to grab Path to the Peak. They're going to stop us from using Fleet-Footed, which is fine, because I always forget to use it until the end of the turn anyway, so it's not a problem. Just moving my microphone, you can probably hear some clunks and some annoying noises. I want to get my microphone closer to me so that you can hear me when I go into this mode, when I speak in a sensual manner. Anyway, let's move past this. We've got another Sobble. We've got an attachment, which is fantastic. We will level ball here. We can grab ourselves a Drizzile, which is really, really good. We can throw that Drizzile down, and I'll probably be grabbing a Quick Ball here. We can grab a supporter with that Evo Incense as well. I'll grab the Quick Ball. We can discard the water and grab our first Surfing Pikachu, get that into play. We can attach the Telescopic Sight to it in a second, but let's grab our second Drizzile out, and that will allow us to search out a supporter. At the moment, I'm thinking research, but Marnie could be potentially useful. Maybe even a Melony, actually. Let's use that. We discarded a water energy. Let's play Melony. See what we can do with it. It's obviously a little bit riskier, but you know what? It's ended up working out. Let's Blizzard Rondo. We'll deal a little bit of damage here. 160, which is... it's perfect. I was about to say, I don't know if it's right, if the maths is correct, but 160 is 100% perfect. It means that the Dragapult VMAX will be within range of a Surfing Pikachu VMAX next turn, which is... that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I didn't expect that, to be honest. I just kind of clicked the attack. It was not like we could place any more damage counters down anyway. To be honest, if we hadn't have dealt 160, if we had dealt 140, we could have taken a knockout with the Inteleon ping. So it's not like it's the end of the world, but it is definitely still good for us. They've got a Dragapult on the bench that has another energy, which is a little bit frustrating. I don't like that, but we're going to have to live with it. And they're also setting up a ton of Inteleon, so this is going to be quite difficult. I think the thing that we've got going for us is that our opponent can't realistically deal 310 damage unless they have a ton of Inteleon pings at their disposal. I mean, they will have that, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go. We might find ourselves on the back foot here. We'll have to wait and see. There's the Max Phantom, so they'll take the first couple of prizes. They'll deal some damage to this Drizzile as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if they just take their 3 prizes and force us to promote the Surfing Pikachu here. It seems fine. I mean, it's risky for us. We've got Melony, we've got Attachment, we've got Telescopic Sight, so we can get all the energy we need. We do need to find the VMAX, though. Air Balloon is not VMAX. Let's Melony see if we can't find ourselves a VMAX. We do have a Drizzile, so our attack is secure here, which is fantastic. We'll throw that Drizzile down and grab ourselves an Evolution Incense. We also have both other Inteleon in our hands, so depending on what we unprize, we can grab either a supporter and another item with our Shady Dealings Inteleon, or set up... Actually, we're going to use the Quick Shooting Inteleon now, actually. I was getting a little too excited, getting too ahead of myself. Let's Quick Shooting. I am going to put some damage onto this Dragapult V, and then we will Max Surfer. We'll take a knockout in the active, deal 30 damage to each of our opponent's bench Pokemon. The Dragapult will take 60, thanks to the Telescopic Sight. That's 80 damage on that Dragapult this turn. It's now within range of a knockout. If they evolve and attack, they cannot take a prize this turn unless they have a couple of Quick Shooting Inteleons, but then again, would they even want to do that? I'm actually feeling, like, as weird as it sounds, I'm actually feeling relatively good. Dragapult is notoriously difficult to beat, though, so it's not going to be easy by any stretch. Here comes their VMAX, and they're going to level ball and grab a Drizzile, you would think. Okay, so how are we going to go about winning this game? We're probably still going to need to take a knockout on the VMAX, which means we're going to need to attack twice, realistically. The only other way we could potentially get ourselves a knockout on that Dragapult is by using another Suicune, but at the moment we don't really have a board state for that. Plus, I want to attack with the Max Surfer anyway. We'll wait and see. Level ball, what are they going to grab? They're probably going to grab another Sobble, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So, they're going to deal a bit of damage to our Pikachu, fair enough. And then they're probably going to retreat and attack with Dragapult. Looks like they are putting those Quick Shooting pings on the Pikachu. 130 plus 40 will be 170 damage, which means that next turn, a single Inteleon ping and an attack from Dragapult VMAX will win them the game. So, we're not necessarily in a good spot. This Marnie, though, could potentially create some problems for our opponent. Let's have a look here. What do we got access to? Melony, Evo Incense, Capacious Bucket. Okay, so we're going to do 160, which will put the Dragapult on... Okay, well, that Tool Scrapper is not particularly useful for him. Put the Dragapult on, what, 240? Plus a ping. We could get a second one with Evo Incense, 280. Maybe if we have another turn, we could get there. Oh, I don't know. Let's grab the Quick Shooting Inteleon here. Then we can... Oh, no! What I should have done is I should have grabbed the Shady Dealings Inteleon. We had the Melony in hand. Now we just have to play it to draw... If we had... Oh, my God. Okay. If we had a Shady Dealings Inteleon, we would have gotten a Suicune Melony to it, attacked for 220 damage and knocked out this Dragapult. But... sometimes people make mistakes. I'm not perfect. And now I need to try and win this one the hard way. Let's deal a couple of pings worth of damage into this Dragapult here. I think our game plan now is as simple as just hoping that our opponent misses boss. I can't believe that. I can't believe that I've just screwed that up. We could have just won that game. That's brutal. Okay, so we'll retreat into the Surfing Pikachu. We'll grab the Capacious Bucket, get some water energy. I'll attach to the Pikachu in the active. That means we can retreat. I'll put the air balloon down, and then I'll just pass. We just have to hope that our opponent doesn't have boss. If they have boss, they win the game. There's an Inteleon ping, so all it is now is boss's orders, and they will be able to win. I cannot believe that. My maths is right? Suicune does, what, 22, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 with the level ball. We would have been able to ping with the Inteleon. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, no use crying over spilt milk here. It doesn't actually look like they've got the energy. They're just grabbing a whole bunch of quick-shooting Inteleons here. Maybe they're just going to max Phantom into the Surfing Pikachu and maybe try and do the same thing that we're doing. Unless, of course, they just Orangaroo. But they used Drizzile, right? Attachment to the Inteleon. Boss's orders in hand? What? Why would you do all those things? You have the boss the whole time. I mean, we lost that game last turn, but that was just very strange. I wonder what my opponent was doing. Maybe just playing all the highlighted cards, I guess. Oh well, we should have won that one. We'll try another one. Alright, we've got ourselves a chance at redemption here. Let's quick ball away the Raihan and start setting up this Pikachu straight away. We've got the VMAX in hand, we've got quick balls and level balls and all sorts of stuff here, so let's just go crazy. We'll set up a couple of Sobble and we'll pass the turn. Actually, no, let's quick ball away the Inteleon. We don't need that. Let's grab ourselves another Sobble. Let's have as many Sobbles as we can possibly fit on our board. That looks pretty solid. We've got a Surfing Pikachu, we've got a Drizzile, everything that we need. All we don't have at the moment is an attack. Now, we're playing up against a Zacian V deck of some description. I'm not entirely sure what type it is. If it's... Oh my goodness, Crushing Hammer. Oh no. Oh no, why? Okay, so we're not attacking with this Pikachu next turn. It looks like it might be a potential, getting rid of another Crushing Hammer, fair enough. Might be a potential Duraludon VMAX deck with the Rainbow Energy, the Aurora Energy. They've also got Surchester Bath, which stops, it's 20 damage less on basic Pokemon, fair enough. Fair enough. You're going to see a research here. They're going to discard their hand, draw 7, and a whole bunch of supporters and stadiums gone there. At the moment, it's just looking like a straight-up Zacian deck. I'm really annoyed about that Crushing Hammer, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is going to set me back a long way. Okay, so they're getting Intrepid Sword. No energy off of the Intrepid Sword, though, which means it's unlikely that they'll get an attack off. We've still got a pretty solid hand, even though we won't be attacking this turn. We'll play down the Drizzile. I'll put it on the bench, just in case, and then we will grab ourselves a supporter. I'm thinking Professor's Research. We've got the Oaks in here. These are obviously a really, really nice version of Professor's Research. I really like it, to be brutally honest. I think I like I almost like the basic version of Professor's Research more than I do the full art. I'm just going to pass there and see what my opponent does, see how it goes. Now, a reminder, by the way, that today there's one full art Professor Oak that's up for grabs, right? You could potentially be the winner. You just need to comment down below if you haven't already. Make sure that you've liked and subscribed as well, because I'm sure that helps you in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, we could find yourself being a full art Professor Oak owner, which is a good thing, ultimately. We're giving away 3 across the week, so check back every video, and yeah, as many times as you like across the week. You could potentially win all 3. If you're lucky, you could win all 3 of them. How does my opponent have an attack and a boss this turn? Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what? Okay, well this is really ground my gears. Level ball will grab a Drizzile. Now, I'm thinking we're probably going to need to go for a Melony here to try and get an attack off. So let's do just... Actually, let's grab... Well, actually, no, we should go for the Melony. We do need the Melony. What am I talking about? We'll go for the Melony. We will also quick ball. We'll thin away this Surfing Pikachu. Just grab a Sobble out. We don't want to draw into that off of the Melony. What we'd really like to draw is an energy. And we've done that. And also a telescopic sight. That's incredible. We'll play that down. Thank you very much. And we'll also chuck in the Inteleon as well. Now, next turn, we will not be able to attack with this Surfing Pikachu. We are going to assume that our opponent once again has the nuts and takes a knockout. So we'll deal 100 and 140. Oh my god, it works on the bench as well? The Surchester Bath works on the bench damage? That's okay, well, I wasn't prepared for that. I was about to say we can get a whole bunch of damage done on that Crobat and potentially knock it out in a couple of shots, but you know what? He's got double switch in hand! What is going on? How am I just want Pikachu to take some prizes. Oh man, okay, Suicune. We've got ourselves another Surfing Pikachu, which is neat. Let's fleet-footed here and see if we can get anything to help us out. Ooh, a Melony is very, very nice there. That's literally that's a saving card here, and we find another energy as well. Let's put the telescopic lens down, telescopic sight, sorry. We'll play down the Pikachu and then attach. Then we can quick shooting. I will put that damage on the Crobat regardless. We will also play down the Sobble just to boost the damage that we are doing here. We are dealing a ton of damage with Blizzard Rondo, but we're being reduced by that Surchester Bath. So we just need to make sure. I think I'm doing enough here. I'll hit the button and hope for the best. It looks like it is a knockout, which is frankly all I could ask for. And we'll take our first couple of prizes of the game. But I'll throw it out there, ladies and gentlemen. It is looking glum. It is looking very, very rough at the moment because we don't have another attacker set up for next turn. I mean, they could potentially miss, but they've just done everything that they've needed to do the entire game. They had double switch last turn to attack. Surely that means they don't attack this turn, right? Surely. Surely. Playing Moltres as well? Have you seen any Dark Energy in this deck? What is going on? What am I playing against? Well, I am bamboozled, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what is going on here, but at this stage, no switch is a good thing. Cape of Toughness, perhaps no switch, no switch. Marnie, no switch. Marnie, no switch, please. Please do not get a switch and knock out my Suicune. My Suicune just wants to live. He just wants to be. We've just drawn into Melony literally every time we've needed it, haven't we? This is crazy. And Tool Scrapper, that's fine. Okay, Evo Incense can find us a Drizzile if we need one. They didn't get an attack. Okay, now we are in a position, ladies and gentlemen. Now we are in a position to potentially go on to win this game. We will see, though. Let's go with the Evo Incense first, I think. We will grab a Drizzile. Seems useful. What are we doing? Let's go for the Melony. We'll attach to Big Pig. And we've managed to find another energy as well. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're going to knock out this Crobat this turn. What do we need to do? We need to put some damage. I think we need to knock out that Crobat on the bench. That's going to be our knockout next turn. So let's quick shooting. We will ping the Crobat back there once. We're dealing 160. Okay, so I forgot to fleet-foot it again. We're dealing 160 minus 20 from the Surchester Bath. So next time we should be able to get the knockout if we keep our boss's orders. We're obviously taking the knockout on the Crobat here with a big attack too. So feeling relatively good. We've found an energy. We've got the boss in hand. We've got the Drizzile if we need it to get ourselves out of this mess. If they Marnie us, we could potentially have ourselves an out. The fact that our opponent missed for a turn has been the key piece in this game. We have managed to get out of it. Get out of some real trouble. I've never seen a deck quite like this. This is quite spectacular. Amazing rare Jirachi coming into play. They've got both of their Zacians powered up, but the only thing that matters is that they did not play Marnie. For the first time in my life, they didn't play Marnie. Okay, so we win. We're gonna win. I'm gonna sit back and relax now. We are going to win. They take 2 prizes, but we've got an attachment. We've got Boss. We have Inteleon. I'm 99% sure that 160 damage from the Pikachu is going to be enough, but obviously the Surchester Bath is in play, so we will need to use quick shooting as well. Let's attach our energy. We will use quick shooting here, pop that damage onto the Crobat, and then we can use Boss's orders, and Max Surfer will take our last 2 prizes. Exact math works out perfectly. That Surchester Bath was brutal. So we eventually get a win with Surfing Pikachu VMAX. This chunky Pokemon finally gets the dub. But how good is this deck really? Well, ultimately it is more of a casual deck than anything. It's quite difficult to get a hold of these cards. Celebrations is a difficult set to unpack at the best of times. Plus you need an Inteleon line and a Suicune. Probably not necessarily worth it to build this thing. And power-wise, half hitting is okay. It's difficult to get yourself set up consistently though. 3 water energy is a very specific attack cost. Ultimately, if you're looking to play a deck that's fun from Celebrations, this deck will do the job, but it's probably not super competitive. So our first Celebrations deck is done and dusted. Thank you very much everyone for coming along tonight. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Comment down below to enter that giveaway or just to let me know what you'd like to see next. Check out the videos on Wednesday and Friday as well. We've got plenty more Celebrations coming this week. Apart from that, thank you very much everyone for coming along. Check out the members over here in a second when they pop up on the screen. Thank them by commenting down below, and I will see you next time for more from the Sableyes. Bye.